Welcome to today's class. The theme of this class is one step at a time. The reason I've chosen this is because right now life can be really, really busy and we become overwhelmed by all the tasks. So we're going to slow ourselves down with a nice leg-based practice where we stretch out the legs, move the feet, move the hips, just get those legs working. And we're thinking about what needs to be done just one step at a time. So let's start though with some breathing. So I'll move to the back of my mat. If you're watching the recording, all you need is your blanket for the relaxation and a bolster for the class. Find a comfortable seat. Hips are elevated higher than the knees. Preparing for a gentle breath practice. Close your eyes and feel your sitting bones gently sinking down into the ground. Allow there to be a feeling of landing and arriving in your body. And notice any grip of tension around you and sense if that grip of tension is at all relatable to being busy or distracted or on the go. So we fill our days, we're on the go, we're trying to do all our tasks, and it has an effect on our body. So try and sense whether the grip of tension in your jaw, your shoulders, in your hands, your tummy is related to the busyness of your day. Then take us, and it might not be, but it may be. So then take a deep breath in through your nose and a soft sigh through your mouth. Feel your body beginning to relax. Gentle Ujjayi breathing now. Light squeezed breath. As you inhale, feel the belly expanding, then the ribs and the chest. There's a rising feeling. As you exhale, feel the chest sink, then the ribs, then the belly. There's a sinking feeling. On inhale, feel the expansion. And on exhale, feel the release. Feel yourself slowing down the pace of your breath. And in so doing, slowing down your mind. Now practicing the two-part exhale. You'll inhale slowly. Then you'll exhale half the breath out and pause. Exhale the second half of the breath out, so empty out those lungs and pause. And then inhale. As you exhale the first half, feel yourself releasing busyness from your mind. Let go of all the thoughts of tasks and what needs to be done. Then on the second exhale, feel your heart beginning to relax. Any stress or tension around your heart's chest and lungs releases. There's an emptying out. On the inhale, you're drawing in that nourishing, nurturing energy that supports your life. So keep going with this two-part exhalation. The two-part exhale is super helpful because it connects to the apana, the grounding energy, but it also really helps you to empty out your lungs, and we can have some stagnant air at the base of our lungs. So it's helping to really free up the lungs so that we can then have a deeper inhale, which is beautiful, fresh, new, nourishing energy. Take 3 more rounds of this two-part exhale. The focus here as you exhale is on slowing down the way you breathe out and the way you breathe in. Finishing up this breath practice now, letting go as you end this exhalation. We will end our session with a different technique, but for now, let this release and notice the effect. So you don't need to do big practices to have an effect. So let's say you're in your day and you're feeling, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed by how much I've got to do. Then give yourself a moment, just a minute or two, and practice that 2-part exhale. Feel yourself resetting yourself and then go back into your day. So you learn to micromanage yourself throughout your day. All right, so we're going to start with our legs in the air. Grab your bolster. Make sure you've got some mat space behind you. Turn your bolster sideways and you're going to roll back over the bolster, starting off with the feet on the floor and the base of your lower back, sacrum on the bolster. Your hip bones, which are facing the sky, are directly above where the bolster is. So if your hip bones are sort of off the bolster, you need to adjust where you are. In this bridge variation, the palms face upwards, shoulders roll back, and you feel the gentle incline from the knees to your head. So when we lift the hips and the legs higher than the head, it activates the apana vayu. That's that energy of settling. If we think of the earth energy sinking into the earth, it's got a slowing down kind of experience. So feeling your hips sinking down and beginning to practice gentle abdominal breaths. Let your belly soften. And as you inhale, feel the abdomen expand. And exhale, feel the abdomen sink and release. There's that sense of slowing down. And if you have been very busy, you might find it a little challenging to do this because like attracts like. So when the mind is busy and fizzing, it's attracted to stuff that keeps it busy and fizzing. So we're trying to slow it down, temper the mind. After this next breath, gently bring one knee in and the other knee in. So the sacrum is still on the bolster and you straighten the legs up to the sky. You're feeling the weight of the legs slotting down into the hip sockets and the weight of the sacrum sinking down into the bolster. Feel the heaviness of the legs. Let that belly breath continue to be light and gentle, relaxing into the shape. And as you rest in this position, you can see your feet. You begin to think about life as being one step at a time. You could cast your mind right across the timeline of your life, sensing each step which has led you to this moment in time. And then you can cast your mind forwards and sense the steps that will take you forwards from this moment. Slightly part the feet so that you can start to circle them. And you play around with movements with the feet. So you can either circle them together or in different directions. You can tread the feet, just playing around with movements in your feet and ankles. Then begin to tread the feet in the space, just feeling the toes and ankles, becoming a bit more mobile. Continue to circle and tread, play around with that movement. Then give those legs a gentle shake. Feel the shaking, releasing the hips a bit more into the bolster. And from there, return the feet down to the ground. Now we'll stretch out the psoas of the left leg. So sliding the left leg down along the ground, pushing away through the left heel and lengthening your tail, the base of your spine, towards the heel. So try not to let the tail sink down because that can collapse the lumbar spine. So there's a sense of lengthening through the base of the spine. Reach the left arm alongside your ear and feel that stretch from heel all the way to fingers. Guide your breath down into the left groin. Smooth it out, slow it down. You're creating space today in the front line of the body. When we're rushing, our nervous system prepares to fight or flee. It's that kind of stress that's like, got to get going, got to get going. So we're hunkered down, we're ready for a sprint. And in a way, we do that. We rush through life. This shortens everything through the front line. So now we're opening it. We're creating space through the front line, slowing down. With each out breath, try and soften and relax into the gentle stretch. And then after this next breath, release the arm, bend the straightened knee, and simply swap legs. Same thing, the right leg slides down, the right arm stretches back. You're flexing through your right heel, lengthening that seat and reaching back with the arm until you feel a stretch down in the groin. Then you soften a little into it and let your breath be more belly-based. Feel yourself creating the space for your body and mind. Notice if there's a tendency to grip on or if the mind is still distracted. I know with my own mind, it gets caught up in what I need to do next. So if that's you, keep bringing it back to the now, this moment in time. This is important to be here. Couple more breaths here. As you finish this last breath, gently slide the heel back in and release the arm. And from there, lift high onto the balls of the feet. So you can take your bolster, lift your seat and push your bolster down away from your bottom and to the backs of your knees. Flop the arms and legs apart. For a moment, let the back sink into the ground and the body settle after that gentle back bending. Close your eyes and relax. Feeling into that experience of being present, of slowing down. Then from there, gently roll over and make your way up. So we're going to take our bolster under our elbows. So I'll turn around this way. So you can bring your bolster forwards or turn around to face it. We'll do a nice opener through the upper back and chest for Anahatasana, sorry. So bring your forearms to your bolster. Have your knees underneath your hips. You don't want to sink right back to your heels, so you might have to adjust. Have the forehead rest on the bolster as well, and bring your hands into prayer, pointing up to the sky.
So your elbows and head are bolster height off the floor. Then you lengthen your tail back, ensuring that the rib cage doesn't collapse down. So there's no collapse of your belly down. There's a light lengthening of your tail, the lower ribs gently knitting into the body. You are wrapping the shoulders back, though, and feeling your chest sinking a little bit downwards without compromising the lumbar region. If you have more space available to you, you can let the head go completely, so maybe the forehead touches the floor instead of the end of the bolster. And that's a deeper stretch under the armpit and through the shoulders. So listen to your body, notice how it feels, and then make a decision based on that. Slow the breath down. Relax into the shape on the exhalation. And after this next breath, you'll gently lift your face, shift forwards. And as you come forwards, adjust so the bolster is under your ribs and your elbows come to the front into a supported Sphinx pose. Make sure that bolster's not under the chest. It's under the lower ribs and upper tummy. Hands are on the floor for the Sphinx variation. The pointy toes point straight back. The base of your spine lengthens towards the heels. And if you think, how do I do that? You lightly push your pubic bone downwards, and that helps to lengthen the base of your spine. Then you lift your chest up. You squeeze your shoulders back. There's almost a feeling of pulling the elbows back into the bolster, and that helps to lift you a little higher. Feel the front line of your body becoming longer. So we're opening out that tendency to hunker down and get ready for a sprint. And as we open up, it's more about a languid, slow, one step at a time stroll. From this position now, swivel the left forearm inward, bring your right hand to the side, bend your right knee, reach back and find the foot. And if it feels, oof, this is a bit too much, just walk the elbow forward a bit and lower your chest down, and that will ease the stretch for you. If you're able to, though, your chest stays lifted and you begin to pull your heel towards your bottom. Shoulder stays slotting back and you feel a deeper stretch through that thigh and groin. Remembering to breathe. To sink the pelvic bones towards the ground. So lift the heart up. After this next breath, release the leg. Right forearm comes onto the ground. Left knee bends. Reach back with left hand. Find the foot. Again, if it's too far away, lower the front forearm further forwards and you'll find it's much easier for you because the insertion point of the psoas is on the spine. So when you lift the spine up, it's harder. Keep your chest facing forwards, your shoulder rolled back, and feel the stretch through your thigh. Really important to stretch out the thighs. And breathe. Slow it all down. After this next breath, gently release. Bring your hands under your shoulders, or it's hard with a bolster there, but push up. And sink into a little child's pose. We will use the bolster in a moment, so it can stay there. But inch the fingers forwards, the elbows down. Get the forehead lightly down. And now you're stretching out the back of the body after the back bends. So it can feel a bit tight at first, but it will begin to soften. And breathe into the back. Feel the back muscles releasing. Feel the shoulders relax. There's that sense of slowing down. From there, all fours. And we'll step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. If it doesn't get there, you can try step it forwards and then help it along. The bolster will be needed in a moment, but you want to step that right foot fairly far forward so that you can move your hips forwards. Shift your weight back, flexing the front foot and bowing in. Shift your weight forwards, lifting your chest and looking forward. Exhale as you shift back. Inhale as you shift forwards. And one more time. Now bring both hands to your front thigh. You can keep the back toes tucked under for a bit more stability. If you like, you can shift it back, lengthen your seat, and then move it forwards again. So you're going to keep the right hand supporting you on your thigh and bring your left arm up alongside your ear, reaching the arm behind you a little bit. So you feel the stretch again through the groin and the thigh on that left-hand side. Shoulders wrap down the back, and there's a gentle lift of your eyes. So when we open the front line, we're looking up, there's more clarity. It's what's ahead of me. When we're rushing, we tend to look down. It's like, get going. So really feel this being more clear, more open, sensing the direction you're going in, one step at a time. Then gently release the hands down to the ground, back on the inside of the foot. Straighten that front leg and flex it. If you like, you can slide it a little bit further forwards. Gently pull on the ball of the foot for a calf stretch. And then fingers back to the floor. Big breath in. Dig that heel down. And walk your hands forwards, bowing on the inside of that straight right leg. Keep that breath slowed and smooth. Then the hands walk back under the shoulders. You shift the weight forwards again, back into the Crescent Lunge. Grab your bolster, pull it in so it's on the inside of your foot. And either have your hands on the bolster and lift your chest up, or bring your forearms down to the bolster for lizard pose. If your back knee is playing up, use a blanket to support the joint. Try to lengthen the spine. Turning the right toe and knee out actually makes it easier. It creates a bit more room in the hip socket. So lengthen through that heart space, looking gently forward. There's an option now to either stay where you are or swivel the left forearm on the bolster so that you're resting on the forearm and bring your right hand to your thigh. The left thigh draws towards the ground as you twist and look upwards. The final option is bending the left knee, reaching back to find the foot and drawing the heel towards you as you draw the shoulders back and look up over that right shoulder. Feel the deep stretch through your thigh. And gently release. Hands under the shoulders. Move that bolster slightly out the way. Tuck the back toes under. Let's come into a nice downward facing dog. Slowly tread out the feet. Take your time. Walk the feet the width of the mat apart so that you can walk the hands backwards and hang over your thighs, pushing down into the feet. Lift up through the seat, slight bend in the knees, hold the elbows, and sway from side to side. Sway back to center. Let the elbows go and return to the dog pose. The feet coming closer together, about fist distance apart. Drive both heels down. Seat to the sky. Big breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Bring the knees down. Point the toes and sink back into your child's pose. Forearms and forehead lightly resting on the ground. Take a moment to pause. From there, back to all fours. The left foot steps to the outside of the left hand. Help it along if you need to. Shift it forwards and backwards again, inhaling as you lift the heart. Exhaling as you shift it back. Nice and slow movements. Next time you shift it forward, staying there. Bring both hands to your front thigh. You can shift the weight back to adjust the pelvis so the pubic bone looks forwards, tail drops down. Then move forwards, keeping that in place. Left hand on your left thigh, reach the right arm up, but try not to have it in front of your face. You're lifting it alongside or maybe even behind your ear, moving your hips forwards and slightly elevate your gaze. Feel this sense of opening up to your feelings. When we're in a rush, distracted, we're so distracted that we don't notice anything that's going on, inside or out. From there, gently release the hands down to the inside of the foot. Shift the weight back again, flexion of the front foot, maybe slide the foot a little bit further forwards. Hands under shoulders, perhaps pull on the foot to give your calf a little added stretch. Then release the hands, take a breath in, dig that heel down. Walk the hands forwards and bow down, framing your ears with the arms. Then gently shift the weight forwards. Grab your bolster and get your forearms on the bolster. You don't have to use the bolster. I like the little lift. I think it makes it easier to lengthen the spine, which is what you're wanting to do here. Turn your left toes and knees slightly outward. And breathe. Now see if you can swivel the right forearm inward. So you're resting on the right forearm with your left hand on your knee. The right thigh draws towards the ground as you turn and twist. Option 1, stay there. Option 2, bend the right leg, reach back with the left hand, find the foot, and draw the heel towards your bottom, leaning the chest back, breathing deeply. Then gently release. Hands come back under the shoulders. Downward facing dog. Pull back. Tread out those feet. 1, at a time. Drive both heels down, long spine. Big breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. And gently bring your knees back down. Grab your bolster again. You can either turn around so that you're not looking at me. We're going to return to legs up. Make sure there's room behind you and make sure your blankets and everything are nearby for the relaxation that will follow. But you bring yourself back into the inversion. So rolling over your bolster, legs back up in the sky, hips and sacrum resting on the elevated cushion, and the weight of your legs sinking down into the pelvis. Just for a moment, feel any effort in the legs easing away. Let the belly soften, the breath moving like a gentle wave in and out. Three more slow breaths here. As you finish this final breath, bend those knees. Pop the feet down on the floor one at a time. Our final pose, make sure the pelvis is supported by the bolster. So you're not hanging off too much. It's right in the center. Both legs slide down now. Pushing through both heels and reaching back with both arms, lengthening your tail, so full body back bend. If it feels too strong in your lower back, it's like you're trying to push up the pubic bone towards the sky because it helps to flatten out that lumbar curve. It doesn't collapse it, and draw the ribs slightly into the body. But you're really working through those heels and reaching back through the arms. And breathe into the groins. Feel this experience of opening yourself up to space. When we're busy on the go, we fill ourselves with thoughts and busyness, but also with tension and stress. 3 more deep breaths here. And as you finish that last breath, feet step back in. Hands release. You lift the heels off the floor. You push into the balls of the feet, lift your bottom and slide the bolster down so that your back can lie back down on the ground, laying your legs over your bolster. Prepare for relaxation. Perhaps covering your eyes, which helps to calm that nervous system down. As you settle into the earth, always ensure when you practice your yoga to do the relaxation. I know we often want to focus more on exercise, exercising the body, making ourselves strong and flexible, but this ability to be able to empty your mind
and rest mentally is really, really important for your health. So feel yourself dropping away now into the ground. The weight of your body sinking down. And all effort releasing. Even your breath settles. And as you drop into the undoing of busyness, it's as if time stretches out. Suddenly, there is more time because we're not filling it. So feeling yourself sinking into this space that you've created, physically and mentally. And let mind rest in the belly. Observing the soft rise and fall of the belly as you breathe. Keep coming back to that belly. Simply observing the breath and movement. You feel your body beginning to completely release. From there, beginning to gently deepen the breath. Mind slowly returning to the body lying here. And then wiggling the fingers and the toes. Give yourself a full body stretch. Big breath in. As you exhale, release the arms. Bend your knees. Roll to the side and stay there for a moment. There's no rush.
And you lightly sit up. Once you're up, make your way to a comfortable seat. You could always sit on a chair if it's easier for your body. Some breath work. Brahmari breathing. This is the humming bee breath, which soothes your vagus nerve. Sometimes just focusing on your breath doesn't, if you're super charged up, it's really hard to bring yourself back. But when you make a sound, it's easier. So the humming bee, I know it doesn't pick up on the mic. The hum doesn't matter what tone it is, but you want to feel the vibration. So try it now. Take a breath in and feel yourself inhaling upwards, up into the upper chest. Then when you exhale and hum, you want to feel the lips tingling and a humming vibration through your chest. If the hum isn't tingling, then you need to change the tone and maybe shift the way you hum so that it creates that little bit of vibration. So that's our thing. We're going to do 10 rounds together, or not together because I can't hear you, you can't hear me. But the one thing we are going to do is just block the ears with the index fingers and close the eyes. So when you're ready, begin. As you hum, feel the vibration in your brain. Practice 10 rounds. When you eventually finish 10 rounds, I know some of you won't hear me, but when you do finish those 10 rounds, you float your hands down to release. If you have already released your hands, rather than fidgeting, try to stay really internalized, touching your thumb to your index fingers and dropping inward. So we're learning to still the mind. That busyness, that distraction, it keeps us on the go all the time. This is what leads to stress and overwhelm. So coming back to stillness, teaching yourself to settle is really helpful.
Very subtle Ujjayi breath now. It's not the deepest breath you've ever made, and it's very light and quiet. Both the Brahmari and the Ujjayi create sound vibration that massages the brain, soothes the nervous system by relaxing the vagus nerve, the pituitary gland, and the pineal gland. So you're feeling these sound vibrations calming you down. And as that calming energy vibrates throughout the whole body, you feel yourself beginning to relax the busyness from the mind. As you continue to breathe in this gentle way, you open yourself to how you feel right now. When the mind is less cluttered, it's easier to feel the experience. What's going on for me right now? And as you feel into that experience of right now, you can inquire as what one step can I take, either tonight or tomorrow, the one step going forward. So rather than seeing this huge, overwhelming vista in front of you of all the many things you need to do as you head towards Christmas, it's this one step now, making it more manageable and more enjoyable. So keep focusing on this moment. And slowing down. One step at a time. And when you find yourself being caught up in that intense busyness, you have the choice to either keep going, leading to exhaustion, or to pause and reset. You are in control of your own life. But you have to catch yourself. You have to be mindful enough to catch, oh, I'm overdoing it. I can feel I'm whirling. My mind's whizzing. Catch it and say, okay, let's stop. Let's breathe. Let's reset. No one else can do that for you. Take a lovely, slow, relaxing breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Rub your hands. Cup your eyes and breathe it in. Slide your hands down into prayer. Bow to the light of wisdom within. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me today.